What's up, everybody? What is up? What's up? What's up? What's up to everybody in the chat? We are back, y'all. Y'all already know what time it is. It's time to talk about Tia Mowry, my next act. And y'all already know I don't do this by myself, so I'm gonna go ahead and bring the girls up. First up is gonna be my girl Tyra. What's up, boo?
Just watching these boring episodes. I'm chilling.
That's what's up, girl. Listen, we gonna make it through it though. That's all right though. And y'all already know we got Ashley with my sweet perspective. Hey.
Hey girl, hey. All I want to talk about is Jackee. That's it. That's it. That's
I
all. I
know,
don't give a
right?
damn about Jerome. I don't care about Tia. I don't care about Charles. Your lunch is ready. I don't care about none of them. Let's just get to Jackee. She made the episode.
Girl.
She really did. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I was like, this was like the best episode, like hands down, that we've seen. And then I was like, oh, now I know why. She really did bring something a little different to it. Tyra, vibe check.
I mean, I think we were waiting for this when we saw Jackee in the trailer, and it was like, when are we going to get that? Because we know how unfiltered she could be, and in a little bit of 5 minutes she was there, she got to some type of truths that we have not been able to get through in umpteen episodes now. So I was happy that she was there, and Tia felt comfortable enough to be a little transparent because, baby, I feel like if we got Jackee good and liquored up, girl, she would let everything out because it was just everything was just pouring out. Everything poured out in its own way, but it tasted like, yeah, you was stressing, girl. Anybody say you married that man? You knew Corey ain't had no money. That's what it sounded like to me. But I was here for some type of truths coming out, because baby.
Yeah, no. I feel like we got like something, and I personally don't expect them to like blab it all out. Like we know kind of what her brand is, but I am glad that we got a little bit of something. I'm like, come on, like I think it's what everybody had been speculating anyway. So, Ash, what was your vibe check?
Um, I mean, were there vibes? Were there vibes to be had? I mean, Tia doesn't give a vibe to me. Um, I'm glad it's almost over. I'm glad there's two more episodes. I wanted to love this. I wanted to be all invested in this, but time and time again, it just proves itself to be predictable. And the fact that she sat up on here and told us a bold-faced lie, talking about this unscripted show, it's just the melodramatics of it all that send me, because it never had to be that. Girl, take a trip. Have Jackee on for every single episode as your counselor. Maybe y'all take a trip to Santa Barbara. You know what I mean? And she gets you out of your shell, get you some hot D, all that stuff. But really, the whole little fake conversations about Charles, a little fake breakup, the little Jerome going home, I don't care. It's scripted. It's scripted, y'all. It
Listen, let
is.
that girl have her scripted show and all. She's like, listen, we got the scripted show. But okay, y'all, let's get into these. Let's get into the conversation. Okay, I'm all the way on number 5. Hold on, let me get back to number 1. My bad. So when we first start out the episode, of course, Tia is going in for a audition. Tia's an actress, and that's what she does. But how we not know that Tia was coming? Like something about this was just not right for me in my spirit. I said, "What?" I said, "Sis, when do you not know?" Like he sit up there looking all confused. I said, "Ain't the cameras in here? Like, what is we doing?" That was my thought process, but I was like, okay, maybe I'm tripping. I've never filmed a reality show. I don't know how it worked, but I am pretty sure that he was in full focus of this camera. I said, bro, you see these cameras? Like, you telling me you had no clue that the cameras, because ain't nobody popping up on me with no cameras, Tyra. I'm just saying. So thoughts about this, and maybe even talk a little so that we can get a little more sustenance out of it. Maybe even talk about the fact that sometimes there are parts where people feel like these people don't fit the whatever the look, the feel for this particular role. Maybe let's just go that route with it, because we know this was staged.
Yeah, child. Like Tia Mowry. Like, okay. We gonna leave that on the ground where it belonged. This is what I would rather her show be about. I would rather us follow her on her journey. I would tease first, or just new act. Like, let's get into you acting. We would love a behind the scenes, especially somebody who is a vet like Tia, who has seen things. And even at this point in her career, still, not so much being comfortable with rejection and dealing with the fact that people are still asking her to pay dues, lose weight, do this, or just saying that she isn't fit for some type of role. She hasn't been given a lot of range all the time to prove herself and what her capabilities could be, as far as that I would have been interested in that, because we know that there is, ageism and sexism and all kind of things going on. But the fact that he was like, yeah, you're 45, but it's giving 25, so you can't have the role. It's like, well, hell, if I can't have that one, I probably can't have the other one. So what roles exactly am I getting? And there's probably been a sense of her being typecast. And I remember when she got the game, it was like, finally I get a role where I'm girl Melanie, like I get to spice it up a little bit, because so often I get the same thing. But this could have been the show. They could have kept this fake meetup. So,
girl, that part, Ashley.
Yeah, I was surprised to see Billy Woodruff. I was like, "What are you doing here, sir?" I was like, "Where's the next honey? Where's Honey 10? When are you gonna work on that?" But yeah, again, this was all rigged and scripted, girl. You know what part you was reading for, because they give you a whole sheet of like who the character is, their age, what they look like, all that. So the fact that you did this whole audition thing only to be told this in the back end doesn't make sense to me. Or she has a trash agent, both of which I don't believe. So again, it just lends itself to, I know Billy Woodruff, let's go ahead and have this little meeting so I can have him on as a cameo, and it'll be, a little bit entertaining. This is my work. At this point in her career, I am 90 something percent sure that she doesn't have to audition much. People know what they're getting with her in the Hallmark Lifetime, Hallmark Faith and Family Network. When they call her, they know what they're calling her for. You know what I mean? It's a part, I can see Tia in. So, I mean, hey girl, it's cute. Like, all right. I'm sorry, y'all.
I'm just saying, go on away from here with this.
It's okay. Listen, no lies told today. Let it put it on out there. Cairo finally just said, look, I don't want to do it. I don't want to be like my dad. I don't want to be like you or my daddy. Okay. I just want to be Cairo. I just want to pretend to play pretend. I think that's what she told Jerome later. But at the end of the day, Cairo is very, very sure about who she is. Even at this young age, honestly, I was like, I think she's 5, if I'm not mistaken. But for a 5-year-old, she's very direct about things. Yet she still has, she's not, how sometimes we see these kids, they just kind of growing up like fast, but not Cairo. She still has this you can tell that her childhood is just fine. You can tell that nobody is taking that away from her. And that's what I was kind of concerned about when we were talking about going into this acting thing. Like, first of all, she didn't really want to do it. But second of all, why don't we just let her keep this innocence about her right now instead of putting her out there like that at this moment? And lo and behold, Cairo says it. I don't want to do it. Thoughts, Ashley?
The baby's 5. She don't know what she want to do today, tomorrow, the next day, the day after that. I think and I'm not a parent, but in my mind, how I was raised is that as a parent, you give your babies options. You know what I mean? Especially when they're that age, and you try different things to see what sticks. I think she's putting a lot on it. Don't you want to be like mommy and daddy? Girl, no, today I don't. Tomorrow I might, but right now I want to paint. Like, leave me alone, girl. And so I do think as a baby, you give them options, acting lessons for sure, because I think it was fun for her. Tomorrow it might be ballet. The next day it might be soccer. It might be whatever. I think she's putting too much on it, girl. Your baby is not that. Cairo is a beautiful young girl. I would probably get that baby in speech lessons. I'd probably focus on the core fundamentals before I started asking her, does she want to be like me? Let the baby tell you in about 5, 6, 7 years, right? Let's do that.
Okay. Tyra.
I was like, she never said she wanted to, baby. Like, she never said she wanted to. Like, Tia in those confessionals, it's fine. It's about Cairo. She's free to change her mind, do whatever she wants to do. And I just love, just letting her be her. And here it's like, you don't want to be like mommy and daddy. Are you sure? Are you sure? Girl, I said no. many ways you want me to say it. Like, I think I'm sure that oldest son told her ass no. She's trying to pass it down. She's trying to pass the buck. One of y'all gonna follow in mommy's footsteps. No, baby, they don't want to. They like just being who they are, and I need you to be okay with that. I'm so glad we don't have to go down them unpaved acting streets again because, ma'am.
Cairo said no. It ain't finna happen. No, but seriously, at the end of the day, and I think Ash is right, like, you should allow your kids to try different things. You never know what's gonna stick. Like, kids be wanting to do one thing today, something else tomorrow. They just be all over the place. And Cairo liked the paint. Cairo said, look, I ain't got time for this. Let me just do what I do.
He's gonna be snapping babies. Girl, you know what you got. Let's not do this.
Now, y'all, let's talk about the part, because this was the best part, hands down, in my opinion, of this entire series. Jackee Harry, aka Miss I've been married a bunch of times, at least 3. You know what I'm saying? She definitely has some experience, and she has some stories, and she knows these girls inside and out. Now, I'm not going to pick it all apart, but I am going to throw out a few things that I caught up on, right? There was a moment when she said, when Tia responds with, because when we talked about this initially, we were saying how that Tia has had a little, what's the word I'm looking for? Shit, I can't think of it right now. A little backlash, because Tia don't normally get backlash about anything, but because her and her sister have been in this weird space with each other, everybody's kind of been coming for Tia mainly. And when she talks to her, she says something like, so you were out with, she tells her that she was there with Tamara, right? And then Tia almost says it like she didn't know it. Now, was that real? Was that fake? I don't know, because right now we know that this is a semi-scripted show. I really don't know. But it was interesting for her to confirm that she was there as if she didn't know, because I know for me, if it was my sister, I would know. Like, yeah, you was there. I knew it. But anyway, let's just talk a little bit about everything that they was talking about. Tyra, I'm gonna start with you. Just drop your thoughts.
Girl, Jackee is a mess. Like, I love Jackee. Now look, I love her, baby. That's Lisa Landry. That's Mary. That's Sandra. Okay. But as far as an advocate for anybody's marriage or a relationship advice and therapy, and child tried that. I want to see. I ain't doing that. Is it good? Does it work? Tell me how it went. Like, there's a sense of, oh, this is who you are. She's like, she's just so wise. There's just so much wisdom, and there could be there's a difference in just being older and being wise. I think Jackee is older now. If it was like acting in the industry and things like that, because Miss Harry has been in the industry and she's been acting since before I was alive. So there's that. But like relationships and marriage, I'm like, what do we, please tell me you're seeking. I'm glad she's seeking actual counseling. She says she's going to therapy all the time, because this isn't the person you want to seek advice from in that way. But I am really, really glad that they have a relationship to where she does have someone to confide in. But I was concerned that it was just like, I just need this, that, and that. And then like, where's your mom? Nothing towards Jackee, because I'm glad that they have that. But I was like, where's your mother? Where's, your sister? Where's that immediate? Because she wants to be surrounded in love and, comfort and people just pouring into her in this time of need. And we can see, we even see it here. Like, she does not at all want to be by herself. And it's just kind of like she's missing something and she's trying to make up for it. And I'm like, where's your family? But other than that, I was happy that we got something. Like the problem is like what Jackee just said here, like, well, I don't want to bash him or nothing, but you got to choose sides. So I chose your side. I mean, he was like, it was just giving like, when one person makes more money than the other, then you got to stroke the ego. Then this like stuff we've been saying and we know, but Tia doesn't want to say these things because she wants to be respectful of her ex-husband and her kid's father, do that. So, but it's what we always knew it was. I just wish she could say it out loud.
Yeah. Exactly. Ash?
And, I'm just of the mind that if you don't want to go there, don't create a show alluding to the fact that you're going to go there. Go somewhere completely different as far as the relationship, because we all knew he was a brokey. Listen, no disrespect to that man, and not a brokey in the sense of what we think of an average brokery. By any standard, we know that she was closer to like a B-list actress, and he was probably at a C or D. Like, and somebody got in the comments very early on, God bless you, okay, um, and said, you don't know that man. He's got a lot of credits. And we talked about this last night, ladies. Listen, just because you have a lot of credits as, man in the red jacket doesn't equate to leading roles and the funds that come with that. We know that there was a disparity in income. We knew that she was bringing in more ducats, and that can make a financially insecure man not feel like the man. That can cause resentment. And Jackee told it all. She said, listen, I don't want to hurt his feelings because I know both of y'all. But whenever there is a power imbalance, there is a struggle there potentially. Now, as far as wisdom, right, Tyra, you don't get wisdom inherently just by getting older, because you can be old and very foolish. I liked Jackee though in this moment because I think she was telling truths that Tia refuses to. Damn it.
But
Tia.
no, I didn't. The only reason I'm saying like I don't know, because if she couldn't show up here for herself and say these things, I don't know how comfortable I feel with, like, did y'all, I mean, you left it here, so you must eventually be okay with it. But Jackee shouldn't be speaking for you. Like, you didn't want to shed light on these things, so why should she? Even though I was here for it, because girl, we need something.
Finally, we need something. And I think Jackee feeling as though she had a relationship with both of them, was gonna. Tia knew, or the producers knew when they brought Jackee on, and that she's been a part of these girls' lives for 20 plus years, that she was gonna get more than Tia was, and we needed that. But again, y'all know Jackee been married 3, 4, 5, 6 times. Once to Elgin, who I love Elgin down bad, baby, but they were just besties. Like, let's be honest about that. I would not be getting, like Tyra said, my marital advice from Jackee, but she's a kiki. She is one of them aunties that's gonna drink, that probably gonna smoke a little something, and y'all are going to have a good time, and let her take you out. I would have been here for Jackee taking you out on the town, honey, just to have an experience. Let her teach you something.
Okay, that part. And also, she did tell her something that I felt like was actually good advice. She told her a while back, though. She told her that you can't always have everything all at once. And I think that kind of reigns true. Like, everybody wants to have everything at that very moment. Like, you want everything to just be like in sync. But sometimes things kind of come in waves. It might be this, it might be that, but it may not be all of them at one time. Not saying that you can't be in a satisfied mode, you know what I'm saying, with where you're at the time, but sometimes in order to have everything, something will go lacking, so therefore you can't always have all of the things at one time. I did like that part. I loved how she kind of gave her that advice.
No, I was here for it. I was here for it. I was here, candles on the table. I was here for it. No,
yeah, this was just a really good part, though. I really I just like the vibe that Jackee brings. Like, they could have really just wrote this out.
They could have. She could have. This could have been like sister, but make it Jackee Harry. Like, I would have been here for that. Mama, sister, something. Lisa Landry and the girls. I don't know. Like, we just should have had something like the little. This is Jackee was here for all of what 3-4 minutes of conversation, and we got into Tia's background, the mom, and she never let you explore too much, and then you got with the first man, and you were raised very Christian and went to church, and now we're into Buddhism, and I was like, girl. This is your show, but we over here at the prom with Charles.
Okay, and girl, we're gonna get into that right there too. But yeah, y'all, and one last thing about Jackee tripped me out when she said about her husband that was the Buddhist. And how she
oh Lord, nigga, I don't want to say nothing.
Boy, she had me rolling on that part. I said, boy, Jackee is a laugh. For real, for real.
I was pretending. I was trying to keep that man.
She said, I'm yours. I said, girl, stop playing. I said, come on, Jackee. Oh, my goodness, y'all. Let's go ahead and get Charles' conversation out of the way. Lord have mercy. Charles, she never really liked you, dude. I'm telling you, she didn't like you. I just wish Charles pop up in the chat right now so I can tell you, bro. She didn't like you. She didn't like you at all. Hope you knew that this was all fake. And he probably knew that's what it was. But there were a couple of things, and we'll talk about the conversation that she has with her girlfriends later. But I want to talk about the conversation that she tells them, the conversation that we couldn't hear. Oh, some conversations are just need to be, don't need to be shared, and how she is gonna choose herself and how she's not ready to be in a Tia, you knew you weren't ready to be in a relationship when this all started. You knew you weren't ready to go dating. You knew you weren't ready for any of this. Every other word that comes out of Tia's mouth is about her breakup, about her marriage, her divorce. And that is not to shame her, because everybody heals and moves forward in their own way. All I'm saying is that if that is your consistent conversation, then maybe you are not ready to move to the next phase just yet. And maybe you were jumping too fast. Ashley, your thoughts?
I don't think he liked her like that, and I know she ain't like him. Like, y'all called it what, last episode or whatever, last review we did. She's gonna make this whole fake little breakup with him just for the dramatics of it all. He got to check. He don't care either, because when they flash back to him, I must have blocked it out when he was meeting with the girls. Like, I want to date her for the rest of my life. I want to have an adventurous marriage. You want to marry Tia after talking to her twice? Like, be FFR at this point, y'all. Quit it. And the cameras can't be in here because some things have to be kept private. Girl, shut up. What made knowing you so deep that he needed a private conversation? Just tell that man, I don't want to talk to you right now. I don't like you. Like, it's not that, y'all. Like, this was not the love of your life. This is not a man you got bucky naked with. This man ain't suck your toes, bite your neck, pull your hair. He didn't do any of that. What does it matter? Girl, shut up. He could have just disappeared without even a conversation and nobody would have noticed anything different.
Girl, that part. It really didn't deserve any of that, because we know Charles was just gonna fade off into the sunset anyway, especially after that whole situation. Tyra,
Ashley, let's just say, what have you done with this man in 3 days that would make knowing you so deep? And now he wants to take you home to meet his mama. Girl, we ain't going to no barbecue, Tia, ma'am. Like, I told y'all she was going to do this. I told y'all we was going to have Jackee come through, and she was just going, this is your time to be free and not be locked down. Like, we saw this, but the cut the cameras. I just, like, look here, Michael Jackson. It was the cameras. Like, nobody has time, Tia. Like, we already knew that this was coming. I just didn't like that they tried to make this, like, this could have been something, but I'm not ready. And I just didn't want to hurt this man. I look forward to whatever, production we see Charles and maybe Tyler Perry pick him up. He loves pick up good light-skinned man. Maybe, he'll be over there in those streets on a BET Plus type situation, because this is an actor. This was an act, and, they did what they needed to do, and let's be done with this, please. It's terrible.
Please.
Yeah, that part. Whew, y'all. But anyway, that was probably one of the, we knew this one was coming, but there's going to be a little bit more that's going on, and we're going to get into it. But first, y'all, we got to talk a little bit about what we got going on this Saturday, y'all. We are having the membership watch party. If you are not part of the membership, make sure that you join the membership, y'all. Make sure that you come and join it so that you can come hang out with us and watch this movie with us. And I'm going to go ahead and show y'all a little bit of something of what we're going to be watching. One moment.
I am no longer your master. Shogun. Oh, video on your show, aren't you?
The answer is no.
Yes.
Should I ask me?
This is Barry Gordy's The Last Dragon.
I know it like things, precious things.
I am no longer your master. Shogun. Oh,
Video on your show, aren't you?
The answer is no.
master.
Should like asking me.
This is Barry Gordy's The last dragon.
I know what it's like to lose.
Okay, y'all. So, like I said, make sure that y'all are part of the membership so y'all can come and join us for the watch party because it's definitely a vibe, I promise you. Okay, y'all. So, we got to get into the last few little things that went down because Tia tried it, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Tia really did try it at a certain point, and I was like, why we even do this? Like, why we go here? Let me go ahead and let me see where we at. Tia tried it right here. Tia is talking to her friend. She's talking to her girls, Sierra and Natasha, right? And Natasha definitely wasn't feeling the fact that Tia actually let this man come to her house. But then Tia rolls with it. And I'm just like, Tia, you know you gave this man your address, first of all. He didn't just pop up. Why are we playing Charles out like this? What did Charles do to deserve this? You already done broke up with him. Now you out here telling Sierra and Natasha that he just showed up in his green suit. I'm like, girl, y'all had a conversation about the prom. You knew exactly what it was. This man came over there to recreate your prom. Like, we all saw it coming like a mile away. The minute y'all started talking about the prom, we already knew it was happening. We was just waiting. But then you forgot about the date. He comes over there, and now you telling them, yeah, he just shows up at my house. Girl. Now that one right there, I was like, now come on now, Tia. Now you're doing a little too much. Ashley, because I love your face right now. Go ahead.
Tia gave that man her address, just forgot she gave it to him. He ain't stalk her to get it. Let's be for real. I didn't even like this whole little thing. Oh, he just popped up at your house. Now, why the dingbat would give this stranger the gate code to get to her home is beyond me after meeting him twice. But hey, that's her business. I guess she felt like she got top flight security that she can call. Again, I thought this was just whatever, girl. He ain't just pop up. You had a whole date planned with this man and forgot about it. Stop it. And you gave him the address. You probably told him how to get there. You probably gave him directions or said, you know, get on Google Maps and make sure you take the last left. Like, they know who she is. They know who Tia is. But yeah, ladies, please, in the real world, don't get these men your addresses and you don't know them. I mean,
that part.
Don't do it. It's weird, girl. You 48 years old. What are you doing?
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. Tyra.
I just didn't like the optics of this moment. Like, Tia, they already look cute as hell. Tia got on her black and these shades. Like, girl, he just calling my, like, now he calling my house 3-4 times a night. Like, it's just, girl, it's just too much. Like, Lord, he's just popping up. Came to my house. And he came to your house, girl. Yes, he came to my house. Like, Tia, that's not what this was. That's not what this was. Like, if that would have been that, this would have been a different show, child. This would have been fun. Like, if he would have just popped up out of nowhere, like, well, yeah, I wanted to surprise you, and I knew you said you live, and this just would, like, that would have been really funny and problematic all in itself. But the fact that we know that you gave this man access to you and to your home, and now it's just like, yeah, he's just smothering me, and it should be coming too much. Like, well, girl, you let him come to your house. Like, no. What we're not gonna do is make me look like the dingbat who let a stranger come to my house and then just kiki about it. I have children. Like, just like, like, yeah, that's not anything that we're gonna laugh away, but we know that this was contrived, just like, you know, everything else. But what we're not gonna do is put Charles in the stalker obsessive corner when that wasn't what that moment was to you.
That part, because she definitely made him look like he was stalker. Shout out to the 68 people in the building, guys. We appreciate y'all coming to hang out and talk Tia's my next act with us. Drop your thoughts about the television show so far. What'd you think about it? What are your thoughts about Charles and how Tia tried to play him with these girls right here? Yeah. So yeah, that part to me was just a little bit much. I was like, okay, Tia, we ain't gonna do all that. But
Can I comment on that comment really quick, EJ? Can I comment on that comment really?
Yes. That's why I had put it up there, but then I forgot to ask you to comment. My bad.
Yeah, but go on over there because listen, yeah, I don't see neck and neck anywhere. I don't see neck and neck. Her body of work is insane. And don't sleep on a lifetime check. Don't sleep on a lifetime check. Them people ain't over there for no reason. I tell you. I guarantee it's a pretty pity and some coins, okay? We're not going to forget her cooking shows, her cookbooks. She is a brand from teenage years. She got them residual money. I don't think people are taking that into consideration. And not like I said, that he was like a real brokey. I'm not saying that about the man, but one is prolific. I mean, whether you liked her work or not, them teen movies that she did for Disney, you know, she's still getting checks on them. Sister, she's still getting checks for the syndication. Like,
Witches.
listen,
Girl.
the money's is different. It's totally different. I guarantee you. When they go to that bank, and not that it's a big deal, and I don't even think she per se had an issue with it. I just think sometimes for men in this dynamic, it can be challenging to have a wife who has considerably more than you, and y'all can both be rich. You
And
can
not even
both
just
be.
financially, it's just more notoriety. And it's one
Okay.
thing to be, you know, whatever, and then it's another thing. Oh, that's Tia's husband. Like I didn't know
Mhm.
of Corey in that way. To be, I would be like, oh, that's Tamara's. You know, that's Tia. And that's Tia's husband. Like until you know a certain point, like I saw him in a I can remember what it was, a film with Keke Palmer, but I was like, you know, oh, okay, Tia's husband's it took a minute for me to process, you know, this is Tia Mowry and this is Corey Hodrick, and he also acts and, you know, does things too, because I just honestly did not know what he did.
Exactly. And I think that's a lot for a lot of people, because I was the same way. I had no idea what his name was. He just always was Tia husband to me. I was like, oh yeah, that's Tia husband. And then at some point, you know, I learned his name and learned his, you know what I mean? Like it just is what it is.
I mean,
And
because I can't see. I'm sorry, EJ, because I see the comment about the millions. It says Tia is worth 4 million and Corey is 2.5 million. But even if that's today's standard, and that's if that accurate, because girl, Google be playing them games. But it wasn't always that. Like now he's avid and he's working. He's working. Like he's been putting in work over the years. Like, you know, I'm sure he's been on, you know, like the Shy, and you know the checks are flowing, you know, more fluidly now. But before it was not that.
And let's remember, Jackee brought this up. Listen, we had put this to bed. Jackee came on here and said there was a disparity, and that was the reason he was feeling how he was feeling. So, I mean, take it up with Jackee. She listen, that's what she said.
yeah, that's what she had said. But I mean, we all know that at some point, and then we're talking about decades of being married. We're not talking about, oh, we was just married they was married for 22 years. I'm sorry, but I had no clue who he was. And
You ain't gotta apologize about that. Ain't nobody know that, man, and that's okay. Like people
Right.
move up with them, regardless of what you feel like is real long money or not. Sister in the game and Lifetime and residuals and brand deals and this and that and commercials and Disney channels and Disney checks is totally different from where Corey started. Like, let's not pretend that it's one and the same, because it's never been that. And we know it's that. We know it deep down that was the root of some of the issues, but Tia doesn't want to say that. Because if it wasn't, she would have said, oh no, Jackee, it wasn't. That was never, Corey never acted like, it was very,
She basically agreed with it without, you know, she sure did. Yeah. So anyway, y'all.
Rod
Let me
said
move
he
on.
got 1.2 million from Tyler. I'm not playing with you tonight, Rod.
He did say that was his biggest paycheck that he had ever gotten. Like that was the most that
I give him that. He's been working. He's
all American.
I've seen him more, you know, in the past few years than I've ever seen him, and I'm happy that he has that. But let's not act like we don't know why the chick crossed the road. Don't do that.
Yeah, that is very true. Exactly. So our buddy Jerome, he is getting ready to leave. T is going to take him out for dinner. And on this one right here, it's not really much to talk about in this, but what I really want to talk about is the fact of kind of something that we've touched on in the past. I mean, we've made some comments about, you know, the show and how it could have been better and how we would have loved to see her do some other things. I feel like as far as the show is concerned, some of the people that we brought in definitely made the show better in a sense of gave us just something else to kind of focus on, if that makes sense. You know, Jerome came into the show. Jerome is somebody we've seen before. We've seen Jerome in the past on their old reality show, so we know of Jerome. But I did like the idea of them kind of bringing him in here just to, I don't know, maybe spice up the things a little bit or just give it something else. I don't know, y'all. It's just, gosh, I just wanted so much more from this. But anyway, Tia's gonna take him out to dinner, and they're gonna have their little final goodbyes. What are y'all overall thoughts of just the character Jerome, or because I don't want to call him character, of just Jerome and the cousin? You know, Jerome showing up for his cousin because I don't know. It just feels scripted to me, so I'm keep saying character. Tyra.
I mean, Jerome's kind. I like how supportive he is of her, but they drug this out. It's like, oh, like he's going in, these 2 weeks, and oh, Jerome's in the house. I was watching mouth. Like it was. I was like, y'all, if we don't stop this, it says a lot. Because Jerome didn't do much. I'm sorry, Jerome is great, but he was a glorified babysitter as in the capacity that we got him. I would have loved to just get into them, doing more adult things together as cousins hanging out. But I guess that wasn't on the paper. They ain't right there in the script. But I was, Jerome seems nice. I just wish we could have got him in a different capacity aside from just being that and being the support, just getting into just fun. Because I feel like Jerome is fun as hell, but we just really didn't get that. So this goodbye didn't pull at any heartstrings like they were dragging it out to. But I'm here for him always showing up for her. And I really liked in this episode, even though that might have been scripted too, because it's like, okay, this script is kind of leaning to the left. Let's show Tia supporting her friends and her family. And it's like, I'm going to do this for Jerome, and I'm going to make sure. And, later with the situation with her friends, I'm glad they was like, it goes both ways. I was like, who told y'all to say that? This is not one-sided. Tia, you support me too. This goes both ways, cuz it's no problem. I'm always gonna be here for you because you show up for me. I was like, yeah, that felt that's it.
Exactly. Ash, thoughts?
I do have a thought on Jerome, but really quick, Candace F.
I knew it. I was coming back to it. Don't worry. I already had it on deck. I was ready for it. Go ahead.
When we get on here and we're giving commentary about things that are brought up in a show, I don't think it is with any malice or ill intent that we are speaking or making light of certain conversations. I don't know that man. I don't care to know that man. Once this show is over and they stop bringing him up, I promise I'll stop bringing him up. But if Jackee sat on this couch and said everything that we said when we reviewed this first episode about the demise of the relationship, we're going to talk about it. And I'm not disparaging that man. It just is what it is. We're literally just giving commentary on what they said. Our mission is not to down the black man. I promise you, each of us have a lovely black man in our lives that we love. Each of us have brothers, okay? Cousins, nephews. Some of us have sons. Listen, we're not trying to down anybody, okay? We are just giving commentary. I promise you that's it. That's the, I ain't gonna think about that man. After tonight, I promise you I'm not. He doesn't live in my head, and I don't want to down him. Okay, I don't. But back to Jerome. I'm sorry. As far as Jerome, yes, he was the help, and she sent the help on. He was there for all of 2 weeks, like we figured. This show lasted about 2 weeks, and but you've been there for me, Tia. You've been there for me. Okay, girl. Like, all right. You knew how crazy it looked. Them first episodes, everybody coming to your beck and call. He was your magical Negro. You know what I mean? Let me pray for you, baby. Let me get you together. Let me help your life. You good? We got this. We gonna get through this cancer scare. We gonna do all of the things. And now it's time to go. I don't know. I don't feel like I would bring my family on here to use them as props. I would probably just not bring them on at all. And if I'm gonna have a show fully centered on me, it'll probably be me out in the world doing X, Y, or Z. I don't like how he was painted or framed. I don't like that all his time was spent with that little baby. I just don't think it gave him enough credit, or if you were trying to give him exposure, this didn't do it either. I don't know. Is he your emotional support cousin? I don't know. I didn't like the optics of it at all. But I did like Jerome. I like Jerome. I liked him in their first reality series. I did.
I'm sorry using that. This is my emotional support cousin.
I mean,
TP, you a fool for this one, talking about, I'm telling you, it was Tiffany that broke them up. You so silly. I'm not gonna play with you.
Rod, say, can we see how long he's been a member? You gotta send a super chat. No, it'll normally show up if you are not a continuous member and you have to renew your membership because if you don't if it's not just paid out regularly, they'll cancel it and it kind of starts all over again. So I feel like you've probably been a member for at least a month now, Rod, but it's not going to say that.
3 months, Rod. It's been a while.
Yeah, but if it's like it's going to restart every single time if it's not continuous. But I think Rod has been continuous, right?
Yes, Rod has been here since we started our memberships, and that was about 3 months.
I'm gonna go look now.
Okay, shout out to Rod. Okay.
Thank you for being here too, Rod. We love you.
I thought Rod was asking like why it's not showing up in the chat how long I've been a member. Like, let me see.
Listen, that part I can't tell you. Jerome makes Cairo some goodbye now pancakes. Listen, Cairo said, listen, I'm about to lose my in-house babysitter. What is we doing here? I mean, Jerome go get the food. He go do all the things. He gonna sit up here and play with me. He does role play. Like I can just tell Jerome to do whatever. We gonna play pretend. We gonna do all the things. But I want to say this is the moment when she told him, I just like to play pretend. Like I don't want to do this. I just want to play pretend. I like that. But I thought this was a really cute moment, with Cairo and Jerome, and she hugs him and asks him, is he going to come back and see her and all that cute stuff? Cairo is just a bundle of cuteness. Ashley, what are your thoughts on this little touching moment with Cairo and Jerome?
Was it touching? I don't. Oh.
Girl. Tyra, where you at?
Sorry,
I mean, you are. I was like, what you want? I ain't got nothing for this. I mean, this was adorable. Tell me what you want me. I just don't care. Like, I was like, leave already. Like, why are we dragging this out? Like, it's not even Tia waiting over there. It's an additional like the fact that he was handing her over to another paid babysitter. I was like, you know what?
He going on a goodbye tour.
Like that, first I already told y'all I wasn't vibing with this when Cairo's all of about 6 years old and it's like his first time ever meeting her. I was like, well, what the hell? What is? It's so many little continuity things going on here. Like, yeah, this isn't what you guys are trying to paint it as, because if you have not seen her once and she's 6, yeah, what all of this, my rock, my shield, my shiro. All right, if you said so. But I'm glad that she anticipated it enough to like, are you going to come back and see me? That was nice. But yeah, they can get this all the way up out my face. Like, this might have been cute with Taj because they look like twins. I want to see Taj. I would have ate that up.
Yeah, I want to see Taj too. We don't ever get to really see him that much. I think
so sweet, EJ. Where your people stay? Where your people at? Where your people? Maybe it's just that's that. We don't want to be a part of it, or maybe she just didn't want that. But it's like something about it just feels disjointed when we're getting Natasha, Sierra, Jerome, and Jackee. Like, where your people at?
Yeah, she's trying to paint this whole village of tribe, and it don't always have to be family. And I mean, that's true, but still, in this case, I think we would have if you're going to come back to television, I think we might have wanted to see that. Last but certainly not least, y'all, because y'all know I was out here squeezing juice out of a turnip, so don't play with it. Last but not least, Tia is going to give the girls a big old thank you dinner. And I was here for the dinner because Richard was in here cooking up a storm. And y'all know I like food. And this was my thing right here. I was like, okay, Richard, cook the food and do the things. I want a personal chef after all of this. I just don't want to pay for him. So, like y'all said earlier, y'all said that it was time for Tia basically to do something for, we've seen everybody do things for Tia. Everybody comes through for Tia. And finally, Tia is kind of going on this thing of let me do stuff for other people. Let me show the opposite side of it. And I just thought it was a really cute moment. I thought it showed what she was trying to show. We all know what it is, you know what I'm saying? But what she was ultimately trying to show was that a tribe doesn't always have to be your family, that you can have people outside of your family that you care about and that you lean on and that you depend on. I think that's where she's trying to go with this. And I think that's what she wants us to get. But, that's not
what I got, EJ.
I know. I said, I think that's what she's trying to give us. But Tyra, what did you get, girl? Because
I don't have that. So this is what I'm making of it now. It gives. I'm not messing with my family right now. If you want to be funky, that's what that's what it feels like. The way she pours into these people, like sometimes, and I just like the way that she needs like that stronghold, like family. The way Cairo and Jerome ain't left for 5 minutes, I thought we were maybe going to see a little growth in Tia, and maybe just like, because I'm like, what is the point of the series exactly? But it gives, to what Ashley said, baby. What are we expecting in 2 weeks' time? But I thought she was going to say, the house is empty, and I'm okay with that. Like, I'm just gonna, spend some time, take me like, it's like, oh, the house was empty, so I had to call over. I was like, you don't have to call anybody, Tia. You can be okay in your home. Like, you can be okay by yourself. And if you can't be, that's another issue in itself. But the way that she talks, the way she talked to Jackee, the way she talked to Jerome, the way she talks to these friends, it gives. I don't have that connection right now that I want to, whether it's with Tia, my mother, my brothers, Mowry, whatever. So this is my touchstone right now. These are the closest ones in my life. It seems like there's something broken, but she's not saying what it is. And it don't give that. It give, we ain't click like I love them, but right now, that's not what it is right now. But let me put like this in the I love, like she's like, you gave me pepper spray, and I was like, Tia. You gave me pepper spray, and the way in Sierra, and I would love to see what Sierra does. I'm over there with Ashley now because I want to see. Because she says Sierra, I mean, maybe we just didn't get into those things, but she thinks that these people, and they could be her anchors, and she wants to show up for them like they show up for her, and I'm here for that. I'm glad that the friendship is going both ways.
Yeah, but I do think that you have a point there, that there has to be something, because for one thing, like I said earlier, when we talked about Jackee and the little conversation that kind of popped in, it gives that I haven't talked to my sister. Like, that's what it was given to me. But it is what it is. We probably not gonna get that one because she already tried to fix that and it did not fix it for me, but I rolled with it. Ashley, first and foremost, CWC, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Just because, shout out to you. But somebody stop playing, Joshua. Let that man knees live. Talking about Jerome knees was not good.
You put it in a picture. EJ. I was being nice and didn't say nothing, but you put it on there in that last slide in the kitchen.
I wasn't finna go and unchange the slide. Okay,
Jerome look well moisturized and look like he smell good.
Okay, Jerome got that chocolatey skin. I was like, when I saw it, I was like, you know what? Listen, he live in it. Okay, I like it. What are your thoughts about the ending here? As some of the things that Tyra and I both talked about.
I think that she sat down with a producer, that produces reality TV, and she wanted a pretty cast. And she thought Charles was going to be some eye candy. They laid it out. They made an outline for every episode. Okay, this is what we're going to do here. We're going to do this here, but then you're going to look really needy and selfish. And so in episode 6, we are going to throw a dinner for these fake friends. Now Natasha might be her real friend, but Sierra is definitely not a real assistant. There's nothing in the world that's going to make me believe it. She sits down there every single time we see her. She's sitting down. Girl, what are you doing? What are you assisting with? What calls are you making? What appointments are you booking? What jobs are you lining up for me when I do this audition allegedly, and I'm not even the right age? I don't trust her as far as I can throw her. But yeah, okay. He made dinner. He made fried cauliflower wings or whatever he made. Okay, girl. Like, thank you. They eat every day. She probably pays for Sierra's lunch every day. But I do, to echo T. Hutch's point, I really do think that is very true. I think she's got these imposters filling in the spot that I don't know if she hired these people, but they're getting a check from the show, to be here. I think she said they look good on camera. I think the producer, casting director for the reality show said, listen, they look good. You have the gamut of melanin from Jerome all the way up to, Alina, Okay, let's give them the range of emotion. Let's throw some spirituality in there. Be needy, cry every episode. We got tears again this episode, so only one episode without tears. And I think that's just,
Counting. You're counting.
yeah, I think that's what they did. It doesn't give genuine, it doesn't give sincere, it doesn't give that she and these people have a deep, loving relationship where she can just be herself. Because every scene I've seen Tia in, she seems on to me. I have yet to have seen her in a truly where I felt like it was a truly vulnerable state.
No,
I'm
I could
sorry,
agree
in
with
my
that.
opinion.
No, I think the vulnerability is supposed to be her crying, and I'm like, that's not doing what you thought it was going to do.
No, baby.
No.
She's like, oh,
But that doesn't always mean vulnerable, though. You know what I mean? Like that doesn't always. That's not what that always
she
is.
cries when the sun comes up. So
And that's the difference because she does. And I'm a crier, so I know. Like, sometimes you just need a good cry. So when I see Tia cry, I'm like, okay, like that's just your normal thing. Like, but where's that real one? You know what I'm saying? Like that real one. Because sometimes I told y'all I cry at commercials. The commercial sad. I'm like, damn,
Jay.
didn't expect that. Damn, got a
Dang,
tear.
I still ain't sitting around crying like Tia. Damn it.
Okay.
Not behind
So it
Charles
is.
anyway. Like, Lord, ma'am, please.
Okay. Hands doing a fist bump.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Cyrus, is that how it goes?
That's what.
Jersey Shore.
Yeah. But that was the episode, y'all. That was this episode. I think there are 2 more episodes left. So hopefully we're gonna get down to the nitty gritty where we really get to the dancing, to the party, because that's what I'm here for. I'm just here to go see what these strippers looking like. You know what I'm saying? Like that's it. Because at this point, that's all we're gonna get from this. But y'all, make sure y'all drop down in the comments. Let us know what y'all thought. If you're watching this on the replay, make sure to go ahead and type in hashtag replay squad, replay gang, whatever you want to do. Let us know what you thought about Tia and all the things. Now, of course, we got to talk about what we got going on. I'm going to play and show what all of us have going on for the rest of the week. But Tyra, Ash, I'm going to start with you first, Ash. Let us know what you got going on your channel, and then we'll follow it up with Tyra.
Okay, guys, please come over and check out my Married at First Sight. It's like a 20-minute video I did on these people for episode 4. We will be live tomorrow night to talk all things Married at First Sight, season 18, episode 4, y'all. And I don't have it for any of these couples. Please also go back and run up the From videos, our finale of Disclaimer this week. There has been so much good content. If you didn't watch the 3 women live on Sunday, go back and play that. And don't forget, you guys, Tyra is alive immediately after this to talk. What's his name? Tony Todd and Candyman. Yeah. They're gonna be talking about all things that, and then a watch along later tonight. So please just make sure that you're subscribed to everyone on the panel. And remember, this is all in good fun. We love you all. Thank you.
That's what's up. Listen, well, Ash got us covered, y'all, and I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all what we got going on for the rest of the week. Y'all make sure that y'all go support Tyra. I'm gonna put Tyra up on the thing. Yo, go ahead and tell the people exactly what you got going on with we gonna say it one more time because I need y'all to get over there. Go ahead.
Y'all know y'all got 30 minutes. Yes, 30 minutes, right? Y'all got 30 minutes. Y'all have 30 minutes to get over there and click it and get in there. Not only that, but the watch along too, because the links in the whatevers are up for both. We talking Tony Todd. We are talking about this man and all that he brought to the acting space and of course the horror space. I have some great guests, a whole bunch of them, because y'all know I get itchy up in the neck area. It wouldn't be more than 6 people, 4 people on the panel. I just don't be liking all them folks there because everybody don't blend. But we're doing this and we're going to talk about it and have some fun. And then we're going to watch it. And if you happen to be a member, it don't matter because it's open. The watch along is open. The Discord link is already dropped. It is on my community tab currently. I know a lot of you in here are members and you probably already in the Discord, but if you are not, it is going to be open tonight so you can watch Candyman along with us and Ashley and EJ and everybody else in there in real time. So get over there and do that now. Hurry up. 30 minutes.
Okay, y'all. Well, thank everybody. Thank y'all for coming out tonight. We appreciate y'all to come talk to you with us, y'all. We know that it has been, as my girls say, a labor of love, but we are going to get through this. We got 2 more episodes, y'all. So listen, we can't wait to see y'all next week. We're about to get up out of here, and we'll talk to you guys later. Peace.